we are covering the Risk Register and risk identification for the PRINCE2 exam. The Risk Register is the central document for managing project uncertainty, and you must know its components inside and out. For the exam, expect to see scenario questions where you need to identify what's missing or incorrect in a risk description. The key columns in the register are a unique identifier for tracking, a clear description of the risk, often in a cause-event-effect format, the probability of it occurring and the impact on project objectives if it does, its proximity, meaning how soon it could happen, the planned risk response, the current status, like active or closed, the risk owner, and the risk actionee. A classic exam trap is to confuse the risk owner and the risk actionee. The risk owner is the individual accountable for managing the risk, while the risk actionee is the person or group responsible for carrying out the planned response actions. They can be the same person, but the roles are distinct, and the exam will test if you know the difference. For example, a project manager might own a technical risk, but the lead developer is the actionee tasked with implementing the mitigation plan. Now, how do we populate this register? Through risk identification. This is not a one-time activity performed only at the start of a project. It is a continuous process. The exam will hit you on this. A question might describe a project failing and ask what the project manager should have done differently, with the correct answer often being related to ongoing risk identification. 4 key techniques are frequently tested. First, brainstorming with the project team and stakeholders. Second, reviewing lessons learned from previous projects. A favorite of examiners. They love to present scenarios where a team ignores past project reports and repeats the same mistakes. Third is using a risk breakdown structure, which is a hierarchical chart that breaks down potential risk sources, much like a work breakdown structure does for deliverables. Finally, using prompt lists such as PESTLE, political, economic, social, technological, legal, and environmental helps ensure you've considered risks from various domains. To remember the components of the risk register, use this mnemonic. I describe problems in proximity, responding so owners act. This stands for identifier, description, probability, impact, proximity, response, status, owner, and actionee. This simple phrase can be a lifesaver when you're under pressure during the exam and need to quickly recall the essential fields of the risk register. For free practice questions, AI-powered explanations, and more exam prep tools, visit openexamprep.com. That's openexamprep, all one word, .com.